Hello, this is Donna. Thank you for joining me today. I am starting a new journal, and a lot of you know that I'm pretty new at junk journals. So I didn't film how I got to this because I'm really not very sure of myself right now with this. I did notice that both Nancy from Wishes and Weeds has done so many tutorials on this, and so has Catherine from Sunnyside Journals. So those are really good ones to look at, but I'll show you what I've done. I did pick this book because of this cover, and this spine was really pretty wrecked, but I was able to take the insides out without ruining the back. So not sure what's going on here. I like to wait for my covers to the end, but I will show you that there are two signatures here. You can see my separation, and they are sewn in by hand with waxed thread. And I just wanted to show you some of the really fun papers in here. Ledger papers, music sheets. I started doing a little decoration, and there's an envelope. Did I start decorating? Oh, that's a flip, that's why. Okay, so I started decorating some of it. Like I said, this ledger paper is so beautiful. I won't do much all to this. I don't want to cover this up. Tim Holtz paper, of course. So there's that signature. Started making a pocket there. Belly band. So I wanted to show you some of the other. Also, I have a lot of these flashcards that are from thrift hauls, like 8 and 7 and editions, and just these fun cards. So they make great additions to the journal. Here's some right there. And like I said, lots of ledger, some blueprint drawings, and I'm going to be using a lot of my piano roll paper in this journal. But what I wanted to show you was, just put that aside, is when I was cutting my papers, I kept ending up with little, extras. So I thought, okay, well, we'll make a fold out. And so I was playing with this basket of odds and ends postcards, and some of them are really beat up. So I did pull some of them out, and my inspiration was actually from this. It's really unfortunate there's not a date on here, because this is just beautiful. And it's old homes and buildings from somewhere. So that was my inspiration that I found in that while cleaning stuff out. Still cleaning stuff out. Probably will be doing it for the next 2 years of my life. So here we go. So this will be going on a page in the journal. So let's look at a sturdier page, probably something like this. And here, let me think. Oh, here, like this. So it'll probably go like this, and I'll make a little tab, and it can pull this way, or it will be able to pull this way. So when we're ready to put it in, we'll glue it in. But I want to decorate this first. Okay, so I'll show you how I folded it. Just leave it like that. Probably should be a little slower about the show and tell there, huh? This has washi on it, little bits and pieces of broken postcards. That one was broken, but I really liked these. These are photos from Norfolk, Virginia. And they were just in that basket. I probably bought the whole lot somewhere. Some antique dictionary pages underneath. A lot of washi here. And then we'll put that out like that. That was in a park was, oh, it's a scene at Highland Park in Rochester, New York. Pretty neat. So what I did was first I made this part where I folded this over, and then I had to figure out how I wanted them to go like this. So then I just brought this up here, increased that, lined that up so they were pretty even, increased that. When you go up to a fold, whenever you're folding paper, you want to leave yourself just a little lip so that it can fold under. Because you could do more than just the main 3 spaces here that I'll be collaging on. Okay, so we know that's going to go this way. Yeah, I think I want it to go this way in the book instead of this way. So let's start on this side. That'll be attached to the book. And I'm going to be using a brush and a little bit of my my matte medium. And I'm going to put it right on here. I've ordered a really nice mat with actual measurements on it that I can work on. That's very durable, that somebody recommended. So you won't have to see these little pieces of paper anymore. And I'm going to go ahead and put my gel matte medium right on here because I know that I'm going to be using some dictionary pages. That is from that dictionary page that I used on the ring bound journals. It's very, very brittle. So all you really need to do is fold into it. You can use old dictionary. You can use dictionaries that aren't that old. One of the really thin papered ones, and you can just ink them up. You don't have to have these supplies at all. And what I was doing when I was going through all of my old ephemera, I found old packets I bought on clearance that had, you know, just some fun stuff in it. So, oops, messing that up there. Okay, so back to here. I want to go close to, see how brittle that is? It's falling apart. I want to go close to this edge right there. And I'm going to go back over this. This paper, the older paper, will just soak that right up. Just want to push with my flat brush. And that will take care of all the bubbles. I can then go over to the edge. I am going to be putting washi tape down, so I'm not really worried about that too much. Let's figure out what I was thinking of doing here. I think I'll do, just had all this stuff kind of sorted so I would be quicker about it, because sometimes the process takes a long time. You know what, let's go with this one first. So we had kind of a base there. I'm actually gonna end up covering that up. Let's go with the bird. And he fits pretty nicely here. So I can continue to use the gel medium or a glue stick or some or glitter glue. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that around. And I think I want to put him right there. It just fits. See that? Okay, what else do we want to add to him? I kind of like that. So I'm just going to give that just a little depth by using the distressed ink, and you can use brown ink, whatever you have. I think I want to put that there, so I'm go ahead and put that one on, that glue on there. see what else. Oh, see, these were just cutouts that I had, but I also have some cutouts that I did myself out of a wallpaper. That would look nice there, and it brings the color of the leaves that are behind the bird. And I think I'll go back to the matte medium for that. This has glue on it already. I said it's cut out wallpaper. Let's leave that for now. I'm going to go back in and do the washies in different places. So I'm aware of my fold. I'm aware of my fold here too. And now I want to pick, say, another piece of this paper. Throw some more on there. Maybe I'll go this way. Sometimes there's really not a plan here. You just trust yourself. If something looks like, oh, I think I would like that there, go ahead and do it. Play with it. The beauty of collage is you can always cover it up. That's why I love mixed media so much too. You just play around until you like the composition of things. And remember, we have this really cool background paper too that helps lend some depth too. I could wipe that around, but I'm just going to put it down. I wish I could remember where this was. You know, it could be a really old Tim Holtz collection. That wouldn't surprise me. Just it hasn't seen the light of day for quite some time. You know how you buy stuff and you think, oh, I don't really need this right now, but you know you're going to use it someday, and here we are using it up. Just straighten that out just a little. Push on it. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and give this a nice coat. Gel medium. I have this little stamp. A glue stick would be handy right now, wouldn't it? Okay, I'm kind of growing with a rule of 3 at this point. Let's see. Let's grab another piece of... It is so brittle. I'm sure I could cut it though, but I prefer to just tear it. That might be pretty cool up there in the corner like that. And, oh, I forgot about that. That's really neat. I bought a kit from, I used to take these classes in Fulton, New York, from this amazing woman, artist, Cindy Jared. And she used to always have ephemera packs out of the neatest things. And they were all wrapped up so beautifully and seam binding, and it was just, I always looked forward to going, and I used to go once a month because it's a good 2.5 hours away from me. And Wait a minute, that's not gonna work there. So let's just do it and then we'll put something else. But it was so worth the trip. It was just such a great time. 2.5 hours one way, that was. So, but totally worth it. Which, we have a card. We could do that. Or, oh, these are funny. These came from a game. And a ticket. I think I like the card better. It's kind of like Christmas when you open up drawers and you find stuff that you haven't seen in the longest time. It's like shopping in your own house. Okay, so let's jump to, put that right there. I like this leaf. I think that gives it some dimension. So let's put that on there. This dries clear too, the matte medium. It's really nice stuff. And I always use it as a sealant too for my papers. And so you're able to, once you put a layer of matte medium, similar to Mod Podge, it is going to give you a seal, and then you can use your pastels or your inks, your alcohol inks, something over the top of it, and it won't run. It'll help seal everything. So I'm liking this a lot. Let's look at the washi tapes over here. I grabbed a bunch of ones I thought that correspond quite nicely. I think most of them are probably Tim Holtz. So I know I want to do one down here. So let's go ahead and put that right there. I put a little bit of glue, whether any glue you want, because washi's not sticky enough and it will eventually come back up. There was one that had, oh, maybe it is this one, that it had a lot of post on it. It looks like stamps and letters. And I don't have the packaging anymore, so I can't tell you which ones they are. I know that these are Tim Holtz, and I think they come like, you know, like that. Like there's at least 3 or 4 of them all together. So let's look at that one. I think I like that there. And I know it's near the fold, but that's fine with me. And I'm actually gonna go above. I'm trying to find the line there. I'm going to go above, and I'm going to go ahead and flip this over on the other side because we're going to decorate the other side too. Oh, what other ones can we use? Let's try that one. Oh, here's a good one. Let's try the, it's just script is what it is. There's some writing on that. Let's go over here. And I'm going to put that right there. Firebird. Another piece of script someplace else. how about down here? I'm going to try to put it right on the edge. Once this gets wet with glue, it can be a little fussy. That's why a glue stick would probably work better than the gel medium, but I just have the gel medium out, so that's why I'm sticking with that. I'm wondering if we should cover that card up a little. I like that. Let's just stress that just a little bit. And because this is heavy, ooh, I actually like the back of it more than I like the ace. And I know I just made a little bit of a mess here, but I'll just rub it in. Getting all the way to my edges with my glue. Yeah, I like that. Oh. What do I do? Oh, here, try that. There we go. It's so funny. There's so many things that are they get precious. And you don't want to cover them up. But if you don't cover some things up, you don't get the layers and the depth that you're looking for. Okay, now I'm really, really messy. Nothing new here. I'm still playing with adding some things. Over the top of that. Okay, where else do we want washi? I think over here, down here on this end, kind of calls for some. And once again, I'm going to go right to the edge with the washi. I'm going to flip this over, put a little glue on there, and glue that down. Sometimes I'll leave this out to dry and I'll just look at it and decide what else would I like on here. Oh, another tip is, because I come back and forth, I will take this brush, my flat brush, and I can put it in a baggie and keep it, or if you don't want to dip it right in the water right away, you can always do this and get a rubber band and put it around so that when you come back, you've not ruined a brush. Because this stuff, and if it's not water soluble, it is very hard to get out of brushes. So there's a tip about your brushes. Yep. I'm still playing here. I'm gonna use up the glue that's on my lovely white palette. And I think I'll go right here. And I'm gonna flip and add that over. So I will go ahead and let this dry for a little bit. I might look at our other little options here of things to put on. Don't want to go so crazy. I still have to decorate the back of this. And I will do that off camera, and we will continue to work on this book and start filling up the pages and decorating them. Thank you for spending your time with me. I so appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.